Good morning. We're back in the shop. We're going to work on some gauge wheel tires here this morning a little bit. And I might have to run up to the John Deere dealer to go look at our tractor. They got it in the shop, and I just got a call from the service manager. We've got some bigger issues than we realized. And they wanted to know what we wanted to do, so it'd be easier if you just came up here and took a look at stuff. I think our steering cylinder itself, not just the seal, may be going bad. And that's an expensive repair. So I'm going to try and get Dad to go up there with me and look at it, and we'll see. But we'll do that later. Right now, we've got some gauge wheel tires that we need to get put on our, we need to get them put on the gauge wheel rubber. This stuff, we need to put them together, assemble them, I guess. So I'm going to work on that a little bit, and we'll see. I don't think there was any more that we've got off on the ground here that need to actually be replaced. Maybe that one that's got a big chunk out of it that I can see from here. Yeah. Anyway, we're going to work on that for a little bit. I've got that one RK gauge wheel arm kit that we can put on, and then hopefully today my dang seed tube guard protectors come on. That's what I'm waiting for, those seed tube guards. All right, I went ahead and washed our halves up here. Blow some water off of it. Now, these things, especially new ones, are very tight. So we're going to do our best. If I had a way to warm this up real good, a heater in here, I would set that rubber thing in front of it to get it nice and warm and pliable. I don't have anything real super easy, so we'll figure out another way to do this. We're going to find something slippery. WD-40, maybe. Maybe. Some silicone spray lube would be better. Multi-purpose spray lubricant, that might work. What else do we got? Oh, here we go. Silicone. I think this stuff will work good. So we're going to spray the edges of this so that it slides better. Some tire lubricant would probably work just as well, but whatever. All right, and then they have to go on the right way. Steel half goes on that side, right? No, steel half goes on that side. Oh man, that slid right in there. How about that? Now, you also have to line the holes up. There's 3 holes in the center, and then you have to make the ones on the outside match, so they don't, you gotta kind of figure it out a little bit. I think it goes this way. And it's best, oh boy, to get some long punches or something, and then usually what we do is get some long bolts and draw it together, and you should put the bearing in first. This is a critical component. Yeah, let me get this started and then I'll show you some more. Okay, well, I got it lined up and we got them sort of pressed together there. Now, I could get some long bolts and draw this all together, or we can go over to our actual press and just go and it's done. So we're going to do that. Maybe. That's gone. Crooked. Might have to press all the way across instead of just in the center. Yeah. Let me get this. It's harder to do it when I'm filming. Well, it kind of worked its way around and it slid right in there. So we're not quite all the way in on the nylon half on the bottom there, but I think if I rotate this around, it should snap on there. Might take a little. We're close. I think we can get the bolts in and draw it in the rest of the way anyway. Okay, we got her together. So short bolts go in the center 3 holes. Longer bolts go in the outside ring of holes. Go in from the plastic half through the steel, just off slightly. Anyway, then we put the nuts on, then we tighten it up. Okay, got that one done. Bearing feels tight. We'll know when we bolt it onto an arm and whether that arm wiggles at all or not. We might have to snug these bolts up just a little bit more, but there we got a new good gauge wheel. So, well, in fact, let's just bring that one that's bad over here and we'll just change it right now. So there's one over here that I can see has a gouge out of it right here, and that's no good. So we're going to replace that. Can you see that there? Hold on. See that gouge there would cause problems. And by problems, I mean, one, it's gonna your gauge wheels are what control your depth, but they also are there to scrape the openers clean, the outside, keep the openers clean, and to prevent dirt from falling into the seed trench underneath the seed before the seed can get there. And this will allow dirt in and could cause issues with depth control and stuff. So that's why we replace them. As long as this edge is good, usually I'll let them go. But when that edge is bad, it's time to replace them. Or if you have cuts across here, or occasionally you'll get a tear where the edge is still good, but it's got a hole in it, or something where it's going to fall off soon. So that's how I judge on whether or not they need replaced. A little bit of scuffing like this, yeah, it's not great, but it's not the end of the world. It's not going to hurt anything yet. So these gauge wheel arms, just held on with a bolt. There are some shims on that bolt, so make sure you don't lose those. Did I get all of them? Yeah. So now this one, we can take apart the actual you know, the bearing and the gauge wheel part is okay. It just needs new rubber. Okay, we'll take our new one here, put the bolt through it, put our spacers back on. We can look at this a little bit. You can see there's a big wear spot here. These arms are reversible. There's also a wear spot here. This one's not as bad. There's a clip you can get to put over them, but essentially that's where it's riding on the depth stop. All it really affects is your depth, and you just got to set it a notch deeper as this wears. So it's not super critical, end of the world stuff. And then we screw that back on there, which is, again, going to require 2 hands. Okay, now we'll give it a spin. A shake, doesn't wiggle, that's good. That one doesn't spin quite as free as some of the other ones, but that bearing is okay. I guess we got her plenty tight. Sometimes these will hit if you don't have enough spacers in there, so that's why we're trying to see, but that one's good. So I'm taking that first one that we took off apart now to replace the rubber on it. Thought I would show you what they look like on the inside when you first take them apart. They're dirty, that's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, full of dust, so we'll wash that up, and I got one more new one in the box over there that we'll put on there, and then we'll have 2 spares. I just did that one. We'll have another one for whatever we find on those wings if we need to replace some. After you've done a couple and have a pretty good idea what you're doing, it goes a lot smoother. Done. Okay, now, gauge wheel arm repair kit. Okay, so if you watched yesterday's video, you remember me saying that I broke one of the gauge wheel arm repair kits as it came off, kind of, sort of. I got a replacement. It's a different style than what we had originally put on the planter. Same concept, just a little different design to it. It's fine. It just means we've got to get the old one apart. So here was the deal. I ruined this piece because things didn't come apart the way they were supposed to. Long story short, I ruined this but got it apart, and in the meantime I put the stud back in. Let me show you. So we're working with this piece. It's this gauge wheel arm repair kit, right? And so this essentially is a shaft with a stud on it that screws into the row shank. And then it had this bolt with this other piece on here that goes on the outside, and it's supposed to come apart there. Like, these are put in with red Loctite so that they do not unscrew. Problem was, when I went to take this one off, it unscrewed here and not out here where it's supposed to, right? So if I move those shims out of the way, you can see that that's threaded in there. That's where it's supposed to come apart. It did not do that. It came apart here. Crap. Okay, so then in my attempts to get it apart, I managed to get it apart, but I ruined this piece. So, crap. So I bought a new one. Problem was, before I got it, I put this piece back in with red Loctite. So now we have to get it out. And I don't know if it's going to come out. I don't know. We're going to get a pipe wrench on there, and we're going to push and pull and see what happens. If that doesn't work, we're going to have to get some heat on it and try and melt that Loctite. And then it should come apart. But that's the challenge here. So we're going to work on that this morning. There's not a lot of clearance here. I tried a bigger pipe wrench. I couldn't get it to bite and get in there just right. So I'm going to try this. It's not going to work. Oh, it did work. Oh, wow. I did not think that was going to happen. All right. Well, that was much easier than anticipated. I thought for sure I was going to have to get a pipe and heat and all kinds of stuff to get that out of there. Okay. Well, that makes me a couple of things. One, it makes me happy because I got it out, but it also makes me kind of concerned that I got it out. Wow, why did that come out so easy? I'm not supposed to do that. Well, there's our piece. I had put like 3 or 4 drops of red Loctite on there. I wonder if the hole inside is dirty. I cleaned this up, but if it was dirty on the inside and there's nothing for it to stick to, maybe. I don't know. So we'll spray some brake cleaner in there and clean that up a little bit. And that way it'll be clean when we got to put the new one in, because I'm sure we got to Loctite the other new one in. And the difference, let me just show you the difference on these. So this one's got the threads on one end, right? And then it's got that bolt that threads into here. Well, the new ones are threaded on both ends. See, and then this, instead of being a bolt that goes through this piece, they just machined a head into it and it's threaded. Yeah. Probably cheaper to manufacture would be my guess, but essentially the same principle. It'll work. Time to go clean up my brush. Do you think the 7520 is going to start? That's not good. It's not good. Mm-hmm. Nope. She was close. Dang it. Holy cow, that little thing actually worked. I can't hardly believe it. Alright, good deal. Totally killed it, but it worked. That was fully charged before. Oh, I forgot to shut the hood before I did that. I came down and got another load. We got at least one more bucket, probably 2 by the time we're done here. So Dad's got a pile he's been making back at the farm. I'm gonna go dump this on that. It's too wet to get back to the woods where we normally burn things. We'll probably just wait for it to dry up enough we can push it out into the field behind the barns there and burn it there. Phil's still working on hauling grain, filling the overhead at the moment, and well, the door is open on the bean bin, which is a sad thing, but it's okay. He's hauling out most of the rest of the beans. I don't know if he'll get it completely empty yet or not, but filling the last contracts that we had at much higher than today's prices, so that is good. He had one load of beans we were hauling for well over $15. Yeah, that's a win. One load, remember, one load. But yeah, so Phil's working on that, getting grain hauled. Yeah, if we had a grapple or a 4-in-1 clam bucket and just grab it and go. Oh well. Well, there's bucket 2, and we raked up a little, and I cut that last stuff up some more. I'm not going to try and squeeze it on there. We'll just go dump it and come back and get the rest of it. Okay. We've got it cleaned up. Take our stuff back, and we got to go up to the John Deere dealer. I guess before I leave for the dealer, I better unload the seed truck that was supposed to come tomorrow. Yep, we'll get him. Unless you want to be in this. Get your finger in there. All right, so here is our steering cylinder, and there's a stop that screws in here as the end of the barrel, and there's a sealer on the outside of it. I thought it was leaking around this. It's not. It's on the outside, and I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but there is a groove worn where that cylinder or the seal sets. Let's see, can I move this light? Yeah. And right before that thread, there's right there. That groove is not supposed to be there, and it's bad. And so we have a couple of things we can do to try and fix it. We can throw some sealant, silicone in there, and try and fill that in and see if that works, which it might for, you know, an hour or 10 hours or whatever. We could adjust the steering stop so it's not in so far, so it's sitting in a different surface. That would help, but would also create some other issues with where the tires are and steering stops and stuff like that. Or we replace that whole cylinder, this outside barrel, the inside, all of it. And as you can imagine, that's an expensive fix, but it's the right fix. It's how you make it stop and you fix it the right way. I brought Dad with me to help decide what we should do here, and we've kind of made the decision we're gonna fix it right. We're gonna replace that whole cylinder, barrel, and all, so that it's done right. Because while I don't know how long we're gonna have this tractor, it is not in a immediately imminent time to replace it that it won't be my problem anymore. We're gonna have this for a while, so we're gonna fix it right. All right, well, we're back. So that's the deal with the tractor. They're gonna fix that cylinder, put a new barrel in it, and do it right, and should be done. They said they might have it done tomorrow if they can get the part tomorrow, so that's good. But who knows on that one. So while we were up there, I got something else I'm excited about. So a year and a half ago in the fall, we bought a new combine, right? And it had a Gen 4 monitor in it. And I'm always used to having a nice little monitor on my armrest and another one up here for my yield monitor and everything. And well, the new combine's just got one big one on the armrest. And you can get a Gen 4 extended monitor to display more information. I tried to get one then. They couldn't get it. Ordered it for me. Well, it came in this week. Finally, a year and a half later. So we picked that up. So this is a Gen 4 extended monitor. It's cheap for John Deere, relatively, because there's no processor. It doesn't do anything other than display information. You can't put this in a tractor that doesn't have a monitor and use it for anything. It's just a second screen. So we got that, and we're going to use that in the tractor on the 8RX, because now we have two things with Gen 4 monitors, to give me more information when we're planting, and then we can put it in the combine. It also came with this fancy bracket to install that said monitor in the combine, which is good. And in the tractors, it just uses the regular mounts that we use anyway, so no big deal there. 4-hole pattern, whatever. It is a different plug than what I'm used to, but it also has the cord, so good to go. Phone's ringing. Of course, as things go, the day that my Gen 4 Extend monitor actually shows up is the same day that John Deere introduces the new Gen 5 displays and Extend monitors, or G5, whatever. So it's old and outdated, wrinkly old technology now. Oh well, what are you gonna do? It'll be a year before anybody gets those in their hands anyway, so we'll take it. Well, it is a little after 3:30. I don't have anything I can work on out here. I see two guards still not here. I was hoping they would come today. Maybe they still will. I don't know. I didn't even get any tracking information on this order, so I can't look it up. That is the one thing I know these are a good product, but the company's been a little difficult to work with here. Just lack of communication and information, and yeah. Anyway, beyond that, doesn't matter. I don't have my new planner to put in the shop yet anyway, so it doesn't matter, right? But anyway, I think I'm just going to head home. I've got a couple small projects to work on there. I've got a little painting project I'm working on, and yeah, so I'm going to go do that. So thanks for watching. We'll probably do something tomorrow. It's supposed to snow tomorrow. We're supposed to have a nice big snowstorm, 6 inches of snow, something like that. I doubt it, but you never know. It's possible. So, oh, you guys, you're awesome, right? So yesterday I was telling you how I'm going to Orlando for the Commodity Classic next week, and I needed to be able to say I have 25,000 subscribers on YouTube. So I put it out there like, hey, help me out, guys. We made it. Thank you. Like, didn't just make it, blew past it. Maybe I need to say that to you every day. Like, maybe we can get to 26,000 before I leave next week. I don't know. Hit that subscribe button. It really shot up there today. Let's see, where are we at right now? Let me look. 25,013 today. Like, that's, thanks, guys. So, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Hit that like button on this video. Would appreciate that. And if you have any questions, comments, leave them down below. If I don't have anything more going on tomorrow than I did today, I'm not going to be outside trimming trees or anything if it's going to be nasty and snowy or rainy. And I'm not going to be working on the planner if I don't get my parts. I probably won't make a video. So I did want to talk about next week, though, a little bit. Commodity Classic. So I will be around Monday and Tuesday. We'll make a video here those days. Wednesday is a travel day for me. My wife and I are flying down. So, yeah, we're probably not going to do a video that day. We'll see. And then Thursday next week is going to be a super busy day with me having different things I've got to go to. I'm going to try really hard to make a very good video, farm show video of Commodity Classic and the whole time that I am there. Maybe 2, if it just, we'll see how things go. Friday, it looks like I'll have time to walk around the trade show and maybe talk to some people and hopefully get some people on camera. But we'll see how that goes. And then at some point during that trip, I'm going to do a live stream. It may very well be Wednesday during the travel day. It may be Saturday on the way home. I don't know. We'll see, but I'm gonna attempt to do that at some point in there. So keep an eye out for that, and we're gonna have a good trip. I'm looking forward to this one. It's gonna be real good. So I'm starting to feel a time crunch a little bit. Like I feel like I have a lot of stuff that I need to be doing and I should be working on, but I can't just because, you know, I don't have my parts and I can't get the wings unfold until my tractor's home, and I can't get my new planner here until the tractor's done. And so I've got a few things holding me back that once those are done, we've got a lot to do. And we're going to try and keep everything moving as much as possible. As soon as I get back, we got things to do. So it's about to pick up. We're about to get busier. We'll be middle of March by the time I get back from Commodity Classic, and we got plenty of stuff to do to keep us busy. So stay tuned. Keep watching. I appreciate it. We'll see you later.